We are all experiencing an unprecedented time in our lives right now. The level of uncertainty, anxiety, and fear can be overpowering. As we learn to navigate in our new world, all doing our part, whether it be social distancing, staying home, and abiding by federal guidelines, there are so many on the front lines who are battling a war against an invisible enemy. Being on the front lines can place a person's physical and mental health in jeopardy. A team of professionals has come together and created a program called Resilient Minds on the Front Lines to bring tools, knowledge, skills, and instruction to assist in a time of need. This team is dedicated to helping those who help others. On today's webcast, Dimitri Collins, captain at Camden County, New Jersey Department of Corrections, provides us with a lesson on leadership. Dimitri explains how leadership not only applies to our jobs, but in all aspects of our life. Your hosts for today's webcasts are Chief Resiliency Officer for Mercer County, New Jersey, and Master Resiliency Instructor Michael Pellegrino, and Dr. Gabrielle Salfati, Professor of Psychology and Certified Resiliency Trainer.
Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. Resilient Minds on the Front Lines will continue to work diligently to bring you 15 minutes of hope in a world turned upside down. Now here's my good friend Dimitri Collins speaking on the important topics of leadership, authenticity, and transparency. These topics all play a role in continuing our vision to help those on the front lines help themselves and others. Be safe, be healthy, be resilient.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dimitri Collins. I'm currently a County Corrections Police Captain with the Camden County Department of Corrections. I'm a veteran. I'm an author of a book entitled Transitioning into Leadership, The Blueprint, and I'm also a Master Resiliency Trainer for the state of New Jersey. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this incredible group of people, starting what I like to call a movement, Resilient Minds on the Front Lines. What I'm going to talk about today is leadership as it pertains to authenticity, transparency, and vulnerability. Many times, individuals in leadership positions believe that they have to hide their authentic selves to portray someone who is tough, always confident, and has it all together. But the fact of the matter is that we just don't always have everything all together and under control. I'm here to tell you that not only is it okay for people you're leading to know that, it actually serves as an encouragement to them. And I'll speak more on that in a minute. I would like to encourage you to be a truly authentic leader, one who is transparent, morally grounded, and responsive to people's needs and values. Employees respect this type of leader. Being authentic is about consistently representing who you are and what you stand for in everything you do and how you do it. Authentic leaders are courageous enough to let others inside their domain where they can help elevate the talent around them. An authentic leader is all heart. They're not afraid to dig deep, and they lead their team with courage and empathy. Right now, courage and empathy are what we need more of in the world. With the current coronavirus pandemic going on, essential personnel are being asked to step out into the face of a very real, invisible enemy and perform their jobs with just as much, if not more, efficiency and professionalism than before this whole thing began. Many people never even realized how essential they were to their communities until now. That's a great deal of pressure and responsibility for people who never even imagined that they'd be going to work on the front lines of a pandemic. Your responsibility as an authentic leader is to give them strength and courage by exuding it yourself and by making sure that they have the resources to be protected in the process. The next thing I would like to speak about is transparency. This is vitally important because transparency equals trust. And we all know that trust is the foundation of any relationship, even a working relationship. Being transparent is synonymous with being honest. And for leaders, it's about communicating facts, even if they're unsettling. For example, presently, leaders around the globe are having to explain to their employees that they will be laid off due to the effects of the corona pandemic. Other leaders of essential personnel are having to explain to their staff that there's a great possibility that they could come into contact with someone infected with the coronavirus. They may not have the best or enough protective equipment for their use while on duty, but they are still required to come to work. This is all very unsettling for every person giving and or receiving this type of information, but we have to do it. We have to be transparent about the current state of affairs as well as our plans for navigating and mitigating it to the best of our ability. The bottom line is that your staff will respect you for it and feel some comfort in knowing that you are fully aware of their concerns and are working hard to resolve them. The last thing I'm going to talk about is vulnerability. For some, vulnerability is synonymous with weakness. However, it is the exact opposite that's true. Vulnerability is a powerful driver of employee engagement that most leaders are too proud to reveal. But by sharing personal stories of their own mistakes and triumphs during their career path and just in life in general, leaders inspire hope in their employees. This encourages them to passionately pursue their own goals. Regardless of your position or title, employees want to know that you can relate to them. So be accessible. Accessibility to leaders has become one of the most important things that employees want to see from their leaders. Being in touch and approachable with employees ensures transparency and efficiency in the team. You cannot lead people where you haven't gone, so it helps them to know that you've been where they are. You have to take the time to talk to people and share your experiences. That's how you're able to encourage them to move through a challenge they may be facing. We don't just go through challenges and overcome them for our own benefit. It's also to help someone else along the way or later on down the line. Talk to your staff about your fears concerning the current pandemic. We all have some fears or concerns about what's going on in the world right now. You may have a spouse, children, or parents that you're concerned about infecting when you go home after being out in the world doing your job. I guarantee that your employees are feeling the same exact way. So when you talk to your staff, talk to them about the things you're struggling with and the steps you're taking to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Listen to their concerns and the steps they're taking to keep themselves and their loved ones safe. Ask about their families. Ask about how their kids are handling this whole quarantine and homeschool situation. I think most of us with school-age children are realizing just how vital teachers are. Ask your staff about their needs, any needs that they may have. Provide resource information that might be useful for them or other people they may know. Right now, it's about providing as much support as possible so that they can continue to focus on their mission as well as take care of their families. This is a time we are all literally dependent on each other to survive. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable really shows everyone that we're all in this together and that we'll get through it together. Help others to be resilient by being resilient yourself, by continuing to show up with a positive attitude despite the circumstances, because you know that there's always something to be grateful for. I hope that something I've said over the past few minutes has resonated with you and has encouraged you to be authentic, transparent, and vulnerable in your leadership of others. Many blessings to you all, and be well.
We can't change what happens to us in times of mental, emotional, and physical challenge and adversity, but we can change how we react. Resilience is our ability to approach and handle adversity in a way that allows us to bounce back more quickly. And sometimes this process even allows us to grow stronger. In today's video, we had an insightful talk by Dimitri Collins on the topic of leadership and how to lead with authenticity, transparency, and vulnerability. If we had to summarize the key theme that ran through today's topic and put it in the context of resilience and how we can use this information to help us approach adversity in practice, we can bring it back to the key concept of connection. As we heard in today's video, authenticity, transparency, and vulnerability helps to create connection between people. And it is that connection between people that is key to building the foundations for resilience. That connection is also built on another key concept, emotional intelligence, which is our ability to identify and manage our own emotions, as well as understanding the emotions of others, which is key for good communication, which in turn is important for connecting. Feeling connected to people is key for resilience. Dr. Brené Brown summarizes this very well in her work on vulnerability, when she says that connection is the energy that is created between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, when they can give and receive without judgment. As we've heard today, creating connection fosters resilience in both leaders and the people that they lead. Our webcast series is committed to help those on the front lines help themselves and others, and aims to bring you tools and resources from practitioners and professionals in the field of resiliency. Thank you again to Dimitri Collins for joining us in today's episode, and thank you for joining us. We hope that today's webcast has brought you hope and inspiration. Be safe, be healthy, be resilient.
During the COVID-19 pandemic crisis, your mental health is vital. If you're concerned about your mental health or the mental health of someone you love, NJ Mental Health Cares can help. The free hotline offers emotional support counseling, information, and referral assistance to get behavioral health services. Call 866-202-HELP. That's 866-202-4357. 7 days per week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., with multilingual services available. You are not alone.